Ben Dixon here with the MLM Monday Show, episode 239. This week, we are unpacking some thoughts from an article that our team published on this idea of who is your customer. This idea of if we're going to grow a company through concepts we call the Raving Fan Progression, who at the end of the day is our customer, and who do we think about that way? Now, many of you have heard the phrase, right? The customer is always right. And you've thought about that. Steve Jobs would disagree with that. He'd say, the customer's not always right. They don't know what they want. You got to create the future. But there's what is meant in the original thought of the customer is always right is to be thinking about your business in the frame, in the reference of creating satisfied customers, creating a user experience that's so great that when other people experience it, whether it's with your physical product or your digital product, that they say, oh my gosh, I gotta tell other people about this. Now, many times, that what can be very helpful here in a referral marketing context is to expand your vision of who the customer is. So if you think about it, there's a concept we teach at NaXum all the time called the Raving Fan Progression. This idea that as people become bigger and bigger fans of you, as they become greater fans of your products, your cause, your services, they get involved at a deeper level. So someone might be a prospect who hasn't even tried your product or service yet, and then they become a retail customer. They purchase your product or service and start experiencing it. They enjoy it so much they participate in your customer rewards program. That could be to get points towards gift cards for new product or free shipping or better prices on subscriptions, whatever that is, a t-shirt. We've seen so much stuff. Oh my gosh, gotta love this space. So they become a raving fan, right? Maybe they're a sharer in your culture. Expand it even further in the conversation, and maybe they're such a fan of you that they enroll to be a promoter and you're in direct sales or network marketing or party plan. Maybe this person moves from being a sharer or a hostess in your program to being a distributor or a representative or a micro influencer or a referral partner, whatever you call advocate, that person that's at the next level in your organization. As people become bigger and bigger fans, they participate at deeper and deeper levels. So the question is, which one's your customer? Now, I'm not talking about customer in the sense of the FTC's rulings on retail customers versus distributors. Not what I'm saying. Which one do you need to treat as your customer? Yeah, you're getting it. All of them. They're all your customer at the end of the day. So the magic comes when you treat them all as the customer and you think about whether it's your investment decisions, whether it's your technology decisions, whether it's product decisions. When you start walking through in your mind the impact of that on each of these different kinds of customers you have in your culture. So if I purchase this app and this technology, what is that going to do for our prospects? What is that going to do for our retail customers? What is that going to do for our sharers? What is that going to mean to the promoters, the advocates, or the micro influencers that share our brand? Okay, if I switch this product formula up or change this policy on subscription prices, how is that going to affect prospects, retail customers, sharers, promoters? You're starting to get it, gang. You can use that kind of filter when you make your decisions. And it's powerful because you start to think about the experiences you're creating, generating for those people in your life. Now, a place to take this further is to understand that what you can't measure, you can't manage. And so one of the big things we changed, gosh, it's almost going to be 5 years now, back in 2018, was building an engine we call the Predictive Action Engine. And the idea in the Predictive Action Engine was that most people only have content and data after the sale's made. Lifetime value of the customer, average order volume, not on how sales are being made. So if you truly want to unpack the experience of what it feels like to be a promoter inside of your company, you now have to go look all the way back to what messaging was there, what did it feel like to share. And we see companies today putting in the work to build predictive tools that the members use, that not only to keep them compliant, but that feel like a top leader sitting next to you suggesting what to say next, so that the company can track insights on what things are sharers doing that are actually working, what things are our promoters saying that are actually working, so that they can make the experience better. If you haven't yet looked into any of the predictive systems in the place, or even taken a peek to understand what a predictive action engine could bring to the table, I'd really encourage you to check out the article I'll put in the comments below, and definitely set up a time to connect with the NaXum team, because even if you meet for even a discovery session, understanding how these predictive action engines work is game-changing for what you're able to do in your world. All right. With that, I want to thank you for checking out MLM Monday today. Wishing you all the best. We'll talk with you soon. Bye for now.